Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and today we are discussing the new psychological horror movie, The Infinity Pool.
Andy, I thought we were going swimming.
I put on my good Speedo for this. And there it goes.
Infinity Pool, or as the marquee labeled it, Infinity Poo, is a science fiction horror film written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg, the son of David Cronenberg. Brandon is known for his horror films Antiviral and Possessor. The film grew out of a sci-fi story he was writing about killing clones and actual experiences he had on bad vacations. Which begs the question, what kind of vacations was he having? Filming took place in Croatia and Hungary. I swear, the old nuclear plant they shot in was the same one used in Rob Zombie's The Munsters.
Even when he isn't here, we can't escape Zabrombi.
So, let's see if you should take a dip into the Infinity Pool. After some cool titles and about a minute of complete darkness, I seriously thought something was wrong with the projector for a sec. We meet novelist James Foster, played by Alexander Holy Ballchin Skarsgård, and his wife, Em. They're enjoying an all-inclusive beach vacation on the fictional island of Latolka during a local festival.
Andy, why don't we ever go on vacation?
We tried. The TSA busted Evil for smuggling a medieval mace onto the plane.
Hey, there was no way. That was going in my prison purse. It was already full.
Their marriage is on the rocks and worsened when James meets Gabi, a fail actor played by Mia Goth, who is a huge fan of his one book that came out 6 years ago.
What is a fail actor?
Well, usually I would say Steven Seagal, but a fail actor is that person in an infomercial who can't human. Gabi and her husband Albin invite them to dinner and decide to spend the next day driving in the countryside, even though it is dangerous to leave the resort.
Nothing spices up a marriage like the threat of human trafficking.
At the beach, James goes to take a leak behind a tree when Gabi suddenly grabs him and, milks him like a cow.
The only thing missing was the tiny stool and bucket.
After a long day of drinking, the four drive back to the resort, and on the way, James accidentally runs over a local man.
The signs were in a different language.
Gabi is insistent that they cannot call the police, as the country is corrupt and dangerous.
Here, the punishment for any crime committed is death.
They found all the hotel towels in his luggage. The next day, Foster is arrested and is told that he'll be executed by the dead man's firstborn son.
Being the oldest has its perks.
However, in this country's justice system, the guilty person can be cloned, and the copy can be killed in their place for a price.
The cost was a tub of tomato soup.
A major theme of the movie is that you can get away with anything as long as you're wealthy. James married into money, so his wife pays the fee.
This is why I need a sugar mama.
M is horrified by these events, but watching his own execution awakens something inside of James, and he decides to stay another week.
It's really disgusting. You could Just sit there and watch it happen.
What the theater employees said to us afterwards, as we were leaving. Over the next several days, Gabi encourages James to transform into a lascivious criminal, encouraging him to commit crimes, kill locals, do drugs, and orgy.
I need better friends!
The infinity pool's plot was a little shallow and incohesive, much like a confusing nightmare. It's provocative, but the ending left me wanting more.
There was no swimming. I thought the climax would be Marco Polo.
We're not given much of a reason to care about our main character as he descends into depravity. He's easily manipulated. I guess he's into abusing and humiliating himself.
And once again, the doggy dies.
Instead of finding inspiration, our main character is broken, thanks to a vacation full of bad influences.
Done! I just booked a flight to Croatia!
And here I thought Infinity Pool was another Marvel movie, but with less orgies.
I could do this all day.
For its United States release, the initial cut received an NC-17 rating from the MPA. Neon, the production company, appealed to the board, but the rating was upheld. After re-edits, it achieved an R rating. Apparently, the unrated version includes more orgies, adult breastfeeding, and a scene where Alexander Skarsgård's character orgasms with his member in full view of the camera.
How am I supposed to know what's happening unless I see it?
The cinematography was noteworthy. There are a lot of zooms and the use of long lenses. The film begins with these tilting upside-down shots. Whoa! Wee!
And here I thought the cameraman was hungover.
There are a lot of extreme close-ups with a very shallow depth of field. If you could blur everything but this one booger, that'd be great. There are also a number of shots that are awkwardly framed. In a medium close-up like this, usually you give your subject some space in the direction they are facing, but in this movie, all the space was behind their head. At first, it was driving me nuts, but it happened so often, it must have been a creative choice to unnerve the viewer. The creepy masks for the festival were very unique and something I wouldn't mind adding to my own mask collection. So, should you see Epilepsy Test, the movie? Seriously, there was a big warning before the film. You do not want someone to have a seizure in the middle of an orgy.
I thought she was just really into it.
Infinity Pool is an all-inclusive retreat for horror fans wanting to take a break from more commercial movies. Even if you're an experienced swimmer, you may find that these waters are rough.
Like going to a public pool. There's a lot of bodily fluids.
The film is surreal and well made, with excellent lead performances from Goth and Skarsgård. Infinity Pool is an engaging, wild, violent, and perverse trip that I'm glad I went on, but not sure if I'd visit again.
I won't be seeing the sequel, Jacuzzi Tub.
If you're a fan of blood, urine, jizz, and lactation, then I know a movie for you. We've been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
We'll see you next time.